Hey, buddy.
Hey, man, how are you?
Good to meet you. I'm very well, thank you, sir. You want to see a trick?
Yes, love to.
It's not really a trick, it's more of a story.
Okay.
So, the first thing I want you to do is have a look at that.
Yep.
Just roll it a couple of times, make sure it's not weighted. Wouldn't want you to think I'm cheating. And then also just double check for me that all the numbers are there, they're all different.
They are indeed.
Amazing, thank you very much. Have you ever heard of the Greely expedition?
No.
The Greely expedition took place in 1884 in Antarctic. That is Adolphus Greely, and he took an expedition of men to Antarctic. They were doing some exploring, doing some research, trying to find out a little bit more about the place, because back in 1884, they didn't really know a lot about Antarctic. That is the expedition. Take a look at those guys for me. It was supposed to be a 2.5-month mission. They were going to go around and collect all this stuff. After 21 days, things started to take a bit of a turn. The problem that they had was that every time they set up at night time, they'd set all their tents in a big circle. And the men started to say that they could hear whispers in the wind of a night time. They couldn't figure out what they were saying, but it wasn't coming from the camp. And also they'd wake up in the morning and obviously all the tents would be pitched in a big circle and there'd be footprints around the outside of the tents. And they were too big to be human. Started to drive the men a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And this number of men started to dwindle very, very, very quickly. So Adolphus would wake up sometimes in the morning and there'd be footprints in a straight line out of camp, and men will have just walked off into the void because they couldn't take it anymore. It was driving them insane. Also, I don't know if you've ever been, I haven't, but I have heard Antarctic is quite cold.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah. They weren't kitted out properly.
No.
Adolphus was wake up in the morning, his men were frozen to death in their tent. They didn't have enough equipment with them. They didn't have enough food with them. They were starving to death. It was an absolute disaster, this thing, basically. And it whittled down from all of these men. After about a month, there was only 6 left.
Okay.
Adolphus woke up one morning, 2 of the men frozen to death in the tent, and 2 sets of footprints going in opposite directions out of the camp. He lost 4 men in one night. Not great.
No.
He also realised that day that there wasn't enough men to carry everything back. They were trying to get back to that boat.
Okay.
They had a rescue party on that boat, some backup men and all, obviously the stock and everything they needed, food, supplies. They didn't take enough with them and they needed to get back. But he didn't have enough men to carry all of the stuff. And he certainly wasn't going to leave all of his research in the middle of Antarctic on its own.
No.
So he decided to make quite a drastic decision. That decision was he was going to leave 1 man in Antarctic on their own and take the other 5 men back to the boat to get help. He gave the men the choice. If you were given that choice, would you volunteer to stay in Antarctic on your own with all of that equipment for what could have been anything up to a week?
Absolutely not.
Neither would I.
No.
Weirdly enough, none of these did either.
Yeah.
So he used the one thing he had on him, which was a die, and he said, we're going to have to do this the fairest way possible. We're going to give everybody a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to roll the die. The one person that doesn't have their number called is going to have to stay with the equipment.
Okay.
Let's play that game.
Okay.
Keep rolling. Number 2. That guy is Brainard. He got to go back to the boat. Keep rolling. We've got a few more men to get down so far.
Sorry.
That's all right. No worries. Let's keep rolling them. Number 6. That's this guy. Cannell. So that's Greely himself, the expedition leader. Brainard and Cannell all getting to go back to the boat so far. Number 2, we've already done it. Keep going. We're looking for 3, 4, or 5.
2 again.
3, 4, 5, 5. There we go. That's this guy. Keep rolling it. Keep rolling it. This is Brederick. Can you imagine being stuck in the middle of Antarctic and you've got 2 numbers left? Yours is still one of them. 3. That's Frederick. So these 5 men got to go back to the boat. This one man was the man that was nominated to stay on his own. This guy's name is Private Francis Long. So he had to stay in Antarctic on his own with all of the equipment for an undisclosed amount of time. They reckon somewhere between 6 and 7 days before they could get back and the search party could come and find them. Now, the weirdest part about this story is that these 5 men were not the ones to tell the story. Because these 5 men had issues on the way back. Their equipment was never found. Their bodies were never discovered. These 5 men were never seen again.
Okay.
And the only reason that this story is known in history is because the newspaper clipping that's been sitting there the whole time came out a few days later, and it said that Private Francis Long was the only survivor of the Greely expedition and you just recreated exactly what happened in Antarctic in 1884.
That's brilliant, man. That's so cool.